Hi, it's Angie with News OK. Oklahoma City has had an underground tunnel system for decades. Recently, it got a facelift. So we spoke to the architect and also the artist who created the wonderful and unique piece of artwork right outside at the entrance of the underground.
Art and culture is about the advantages of it is it really just adds life and community to the downtown area as well as any other part of the city, and it's that richness, and it's almost unquantifiable. Elliot Rand and Michael Hoffner of Elliott and Associates both came to me and asked me to do a piece. Actually, there's three artists that doing three different pieces, and it was really to promote the underground project and develop some buzz around the underground project. And so this is the piece I've been selected to do, and it's called The Curious Organism. My idea was to develop interest in the underground, and part of the problem with the underground is that nobody can see it unless you know it's there. So the thought was, let's put a beacon or some type of an element above ground that would catch people's interest and then somehow pull them into the underground. And it was really intended to be curious looking as well as to pique the curiosity of the people who might be just passing by and may not even be aware of the underground. And then, having these tentacles or these optic nerves, as we call them, that actually kind of extend and somehow pull you down and maybe pique your curiosity as to why you should go on down and why you should just follow those and see where they go. It's a great Oklahoma amenity, with the weather being, we're not exactly the most outdoor community just because of our natural weather conditions. And so having an alternative method or way to get around town and just kind of this other layer of urban fabric in a very different sense is hugely beneficial.
We were selected as the architects for the underground and all the renovation work that's gone on here. The first section was actually under Broadway between the Skirvin and the Skirvin Tower, and it was a connection between two buildings owned by the same person. And then you have to fast forward to the 70s. Jack Kahn was an important banker in downtown and decided that a tunnel connecting all of the major office buildings would be a really positive thing based on our inclement weather and wind and that sort of thing. And so it was built in the 70s, and it was named after him. His name was Jack Kahn, C-O-N-N, and it was called the Concourse. It had just not been kept up or maintained to the level that it probably needed to be. And when we came into it, the carpet was taped together with duct tape, and the lighting has always been pretty poor, and there had been complaints from people that it didn't feel quite safe enough in terms of coming down into the tunnel and to maneuver and move around here. So our intent was to make that much better. It's 3,000 lineal feet. So, it's a little less than a mile as far as that's concerned. So it's a wonderful thing, and it's a surprise for many people that come into our community. The color itself is a navigational tool. The notion is that you're able to come down in here and through the use of the map or the security people, they can tell you that if you'll take the yellow corridor to the blue corridor to the red corridor, it will help you navigate through the underground. Yellow is here. It's about kind of a gaseous quality because we're in the oil and gas area, if you will. The federal area is dark blue, red, white, and blue from the flag. The banking area has green light, which is about money. And so there was an association with each of those as we could. The idea is that as we are standing at an intersection is a position where you're trying to make a decision. And so what we developed was a process called portals, which is where we are here, and a panel. And at this point, you have to make a decision. And we're hoping that we've made it easier for people to do that. The sign is here and so forth. And so that's the intent for the navigation. It's just very exciting to have worked with Downtown OKC and everyone there to make this come about.